Reading Pioneers is proud to present Splish Splash, a book about rain, by Josepha Sherman, illustrated by Jeff Yesh. Splish splash! Boots, bikes, and puppy paws swish through rain puddles. Dirt turns into mud. Streets shine like mirrors. Look up and watch the raindrops sail down from gray clouds. How rain falls. Rain starts out as tiny droplets of water. These droplets hang in the clouds. When the droplets bump into one another, they join together and grow larger and heavier. Finally, they fall from the clouds as rain. The water cycle. Rain is part of the Earth's water cycle. This water cycle never stops. The cycle begins when sunlight heats the water from oceans, lakes, and rivers. As the water warms, some of it turns into water vapor. This is air with water drops so small you can't see them. The water vapor rises higher and higher with currents of air. As the vapor gets higher, it cools and turns into tiny droplets. The droplets form mist or clouds. The clouds bring rain that falls to the earth. The rain soaks into the ground. It also travels to oceans, lakes, and rivers. Some of the water evaporates. Then the cycle starts again. Vapor turns to clouds. Rain falls from clouds. Water turns to vapor. Rain on the earth. Rain falls on most of the earth. In tropical countries, the air is often humid. It is loaded with invisible water vapor. Some tropical areas get rain all year. Others get very heavy rain off and on. Giant rainforests thrive in the rainfall. In other areas, deserts cover the land. These areas are mostly hot and dry. In desert areas, it does not rain often. When it does rain, it can be a downpour. We need rain. Rain gives us fresh water to drink. It helps trees and plants grow, giving us fruits and vegetables to eat. Rain cleans the air by washing away dust and dirt. Take a shower, wash your clothes, drop an ice cube into a glass. All the water we use comes from rain. Dangers from rain. Too much rain can make rivers overflow. Rainstorms can flood streets and turn the ground to mud. Dangerous mudslides sweep down hills. They crush houses and block highways. Rain droplets can freeze high in the air. Then they fall to earth as hail. Hailstorms bang against roofs and windows. Thick hail can cover streets and sidewalks like snow. Drought. Too little rain for too long can cause a drought. Rivers and lakes dry up. Plants wither and die. Without plants, animals grow hungry. In a severe drought, the ground becomes dusty and cracks open. Splish splash! Water pours from a faucet into the bathtub. The water in the tub first came from rain. The water that cleans your face and hands first fell to earth from a cloud. Rain gives us water to drink, to clean, and to play. You can see the water cycle. What you need: water, a small paper cup, a plastic sandwich bag that can be sealed, tape. What you do: make sure you have an adult help you. Put a small amount of water in the paper cup. Place the cup in the bag. Close the bag. Tape the bag with a cup of water inside of it to a window that lets in a lot of sun. Be careful not to spill the water. Watch the bag for a few days. What happens to the water in the cup when it sits in the sun? What happens to the bag? Will it rain soon? Some people believe there are sayings that will help them discover whether it will rain. These sayings are interesting, but they are not always true. Below are some sayings about rain. Have you heard any other sayings about the weather? If there is a white halo around the sun or moon, it will rain soon. When frogs croak a lot, it means a storm is coming. When dogs eat grass, the weather will be rainy. If a squirrel stores a lot of nuts, expect a rainy or snowy winter. When cows lie down in a field, rain is on its way. Welcome back, all you readers. How did you like the story, Splish Splash? There was some vocabulary at the end that, if you want, you can go back and pause the video and read and look over. But otherwise, how was the story? Comment below your thoughts about the story, Splish Splash, and let me know what you think. If you have other suggestions for stories you'd like me to upload, also comment those below as well, and I'll try to find them and upload them as soon as I can. If you're interested in other adventures from Reading Pioneers, you can check out some of these other stories that we think you'll enjoy. Well, that's it for now. So until next time, thanks again, everyone. And as always, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Open the pod bay doors, honey. Outer space. Man, it's big. There's a lot of it. And a lot in it. You know, most of what we've learned about outer space, we've learned the same way that people have been learning about it for centuries. By looking up in the sky and going, whoa.
Whoa. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, take a look. Careful of your eye, you goofball. Kids. Man, it's big, isn't it? Hey, what's that? Whoa!
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above. Oh, hi, I was just, Well, anyway, outer space is so big, and everything in it is so far away. Do you know how we know? Well, we'll just look. By looking at the stars, we've learned about outer space. And do you know what else? Everything out there is made of the same stuff that we are. Isn't that wild? So, come with me today while we explore the vast, wonderful world of outer space. Outer space is big. We have to go out, way out. Outer space, way out here. Whoa. Things in space are very far apart.
What do you mean?
I mean, very far apart.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that this little ball is the Earth.
All right.
Yeah, this little ball. And you and I are right here at Nye Laboratories.
Mm-hmm.
How far away do you think the sun would be? Would it be this far away? This far away?
I don't know.
Maybe this far away?
Maybe. Yeah.
No. Watch. Would be this far away.
Whoa.
20 meters. That's right. If the Earth were this big, the sun would be this big, and they'd be that far apart. Now, what about the planets and other stars and galaxies?
I don't know.
Well, they're really far apart. I mean, they're way out there. Our Earth is big, and so is our solar system, sure. But look at the sky at night. Some of those points of light aren't stars. No, they're groups of billions of stars. But they look like a single point of light because they're so far away. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
How long do you think it would take me to get from here to where you are? Well, let's see. Here I come. Took about a second, right? How long do you think it would take the fastest thing in the universe to get from here down there? How long? Well, a lot less than a second, I'll tell you. Here's the fastest thing in the universe. It's light. Light goes 300,000 kilometers every second. Not 300,000 kilometers an hour, not 300,000 kilometers a minute, but 300,000 kilometers a second. The things in the universe, things like stars and galaxies, the things in the universe are so far apart that it can take even the fastest thing there is, it can take even light, millions and billions of years to get from one place to another, even at the speed of light, which is pretty fast.
So what you're saying, Bill, is the closest star to our sun is 4.3 light years away?
That's right. Now, a light year is the distance that light travels in a year. Now, light goes pretty fast, and a year is a long time. So a light year is really far. 9.5 trillion kilometers.
Wow. So that means some of the stars we can see right now may not even exist anymore?
That's right, that's right. Maybe a star is burned out and collapsed. Okay, well then it stops giving off light. Well, the light keeps coming here for years. So, in a way, the star doesn't burn out and collapse here until the light stops coming here. Whoa.
Did you know that?
The Great Red Spot on Jupiter is actually a hurricane larger than the Earth.
Now you know.
How far is far? On Earth, far may be to the other side of this lake, or across the city, or across the country. But in space, the sun and moons and planets of our solar system are only tiny dots in the galaxy. And the galaxy is only a tiny dot in the universe. You know, you couldn't get to the nearest star that's our neighbor, even if you spent your whole life traveling. But I digress. The thing to remember is, things in space are really far apart. Whoa. Oh, man. Imagining distances in space is difficult because everything is so far apart. But think of it this way. Let's say that this miniature soccer ball is the size of our sun, and it's right on the goal of a soccer field. Then this speck is Mercury. This is Venus. This tip of a ballpoint pen is our Earth, 2.5 meters from the miniature soccer ball sun. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, 25 meters from the goal. Uranus, and Neptune, 76 meters away. And Pluto's back here, almost out of the building, 100 meters away. How far do you think it is to the next star? Well, it's not in here.
Kids, don't drive this way at home. You could leave tire marks on the living room carpet.
Boy, I hope I unplugged the iron. Hope I didn't leave the stove on. It would be here. The nearest star would be here. 7 hours of highway driving, about 700 kilometers away. And that's only if you think of the star as being this big. I mean, real stars are huge, enormously huge,
Right.
Enormously, bigly huge.
All right, already.
Nothing like this. You couldn't get to the nearest star if you traveled your entire lifetime. No way. It's kind of cold out here. Have you ever heard of the Big Dipper? The Big Dipper is a constellation. Now, a constellation is a group of stars that we've given a name to help us find certain stars or recognize them. Now, ancient Greek and Roman astronomers gave all sorts of constellations names, and we still use a lot of those names today, like Orion the Hunter, Cassiopeia the Queen, and the Big Dipper. You know, I don't think the Big Dipper was an ancient Greek or Roman name. If you live in the northern hemisphere, the northern half of the Earth, like right here is Nye Laboratories, one of the easiest stars in the sky to find is the North Star. Sometimes it's called Polaris, and it's right over the North Pole. So North Star, North Pole, Polaris, you with me? Anyway, the Earth's axis, the imaginary line that the Earth spins around, seems to point right to Polaris. So let's take a look through the window of science. You see, Polaris is on the end of the handle of the Little Dipper, and the two stars that form the front of the cup of the Big Dipper make an imaginary line that seems to point right to Polaris. Now get a good look at it, because Polaris won't always be our North Star. No, the Earth's axis is wobbling, just like the axis of this top. See how it forms a small circle? The same is true of the Earth's axis. And eventually, it won't be pointing to Polaris, it'll be pointing to another star, to Vega. But that won't be for about, 12,000 years. So I wouldn't wait up for it.
Okay.
Whoa, dude. This is awesome.
Definitely. Awesome.
I mean, like all those stars. Dude.
Oh, there's millions of them.
And like each one of those stars is like a sun.
Like, whoa. Dude. That means that, like, there's tons of other solar systems.
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
And that means that we're like
little specks. Oh, like almost nothing.
whoa.
People have always used their eyes to study stars and planets. Sometimes they use astrolabes. You can make one. All you need to do is cut out a piece of cardboard so it looks like this. Then take a protractor and mark off every 10th degree. Now draw lines. Now label them. Then take a straw and tape it on the side. Then take a string that has a washer tied to it and tape it on the other side. There, you're set. Go outside at night and look through the straw and find a star. Find out where the weight hangs on the astrolabe. Come outside a couple of hours later and find the same star. You'll see that it moved. That's because the Earth is turning. Astronomers also use astrolabes to find out the motion of stars and find planets. It's freezing.
I'm Eric Wilcott, and I'm a staff scientist and astronomer here at the Very Large Array. You know, what astronomers do is to try to figure out what is going on with a variety of objects out in space. What we have here are basically radio dishes, these big, giant, curved dishes which receive radio waves coming from some object out in outer space. We look at planets like Mars and Jupiter and Saturn. We look at stars. We look at galaxies, like our own Milky Way, but beyond our Milky Way. What we do is, through a variety of computers, is we turn that electronic signal into an image. We can then display that image on our computer screen. So most of the science comes in looking at that screen, looking at the image, and really, that's really where we do what astronomers do. The basic idea, and as scientists in general and astronomers in particular, our goal is to understand the universe. Whether or not there is Klingons on the other side of the galaxy, I don't know.
Did you know that?
10 tons of meteorites hit the Earth every day. Most are the size of a grain of sand.
Now you know.
Science. Whoa.
About 2,000 years ago, in the town of Alexandria, which is here, near the mouth of the Nile River, what is now Egypt, there was a guy named Eratosthenes, and he was the librarian of the great Library of Alexandria. One day, he came across a note from someone who lived here in the town of Sina. And the note said, at noon on the longest day of the year, sticks cast no shadow, and we can see all the way to the bottom of our wells. Eratosthenes realized that where he lived, sticks did cast a shadow, and he couldn't see to the bottom of wells. And he got to thinking about it, and he realized, oh, the Earth must be round. Yeah, we must be living on a big ball. That's the only way for there to be no shadow here and a shadow here. So he measured the shadow that the stick cast, and then he paid someone to walk from Alexandria to Sina and keep track of the distance as carefully as he could. Well, that distance turned out to be around 800 kilometers, and the shadow was about a 50th of a circle. So then he multiplied 50 times 800, and he got 40,000 kilometers, and that's the distance around the Earth, what we call the circumference of the Earth. So check this out. This guy made observations of a star, our sun, and he figured out the size of a planet, our Earth. The same kind of observations that you can make. Hey, not bad.
فعندها طلب أرسطوطنس من راع كان هناك: يا أخ، امشي إلى سينا وقس المسافة إلى هناك. هل أنت مجنون؟ قال الراعي. المسافة تكشف لي عن حجم العالم، قال أرسطوطنس. ادفع لي بالميل، قال الراعي. وعليه اضطر أرسطوطنس أن يدفع للراعي أجرته مضاعفة، ومضى الراعي في رحلته. إن رجلي متعبتان حتى الموت، قال الراعي.
We are at T-minus 4 minutes and counting. Roger, I'm switching on all 3 fuel cells and main power supply. The launch conditions at Kennedy Space Center are good.
Well, space camp is really just a place where you learn about space and the planets.
Launch control, Columbia. All systems ready and the crew is go for launch.
The most exciting part of the day is when we do our missions.
Columbia, start auxiliary power units. Roger, starting all AP.
We train like a real astronaut would. 8, 7.
Well, we ride simulators to teach us about what it would be like in space.
6, 5, 4.
Okay, in the future, I think a lot more people will go to space. It'll be like a regular thing.
3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. Liftoff. We have liftoff. Columbia, you have cleared the tower.
You learn a lot about space and what it would be like to be an astronaut.
Marshall Ops, we are ready to come home. Houston, the payload is secure and ready for re-entry.
Please turn on all 3 fuel cells and switch to all 3 power buttons.
Roger, fuel cells and power system on.
I want to be an astronaut.
Yes, I do want to become an astronaut.
I think that it would be like the best experience that there is.
Correct. Have mission specialist win. Good job, guys.
Welcome back to the Star Cook.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome back. I'm Michaela, and I'm here with my very special guest, Mr. Bill Nye.
Thank you, everyone. Michael, it's so good to be back on the show, and you are looking fabulous.
Thank you. You too, you too.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
So tell me, Bill, what are we going to do today?
We have here the ingredients to make virtually anything.
Oh, these are different kinds of atoms.
That's right. These are all the different elements, all the different kinds of atoms in the universe. Now, atoms come from stars. Now, take, for example, our planet. Our planet has a lot of iron and silicon, along with many other elements. And our star has a lot of hydrogen and helium. Now, Michael, oh, that's our hydrogen. Almost lost it there. It's okay, everybody, it's okay. Now, Michaela, you and I are 65% water.
Right.
Now, what's water?
H2O.
That's right, H2O. I have some water here, which I prepared earlier.
Well, of course.
And the water is 2 parts H and 1 part O. H2O, water.
So with this here, we can make virtually anything.
Well, actually, no. Because in order to make all these atoms, you need the force of exploding stars and billions of years. But brownies, on the other hand, only take about 35 minutes.
And even brownies are made of atoms.
That's right.
Oh, Bill, this looks fabulous. People, it looks fabulous, doesn't it?
Oh, thank you. Here, Michael, you please have the first one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, delicious. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Now, people say, you know, why make observations of stars? Why look into space? Are you kidding me? It gives you a perspective of where you are in the universe, of what we do all day. I mean, what are you trying to make some kind of joke? I mean, we are made of the same material as stars. Stars, you, me, the camera, the television you're watching, everything made of the same stuff that stars are made of. So you have to study stars in order to understand what we're made of, for crying out loud.
Whoa.
Well, when I looked up at night, well, there's so much I can tell just by being curious and observational. Well, I'm so observant, baby. Well, I'm so observant. I'm so observant of the sky. Well, we're in a solar system, and solar that means sun, and the sun is one star in a galaxy of billions and billions. Well, I'm so observant, baby. Well, I'm so observant. I'm so observant of the sky. Now its immensity's impressive, and as if that's not enough, such planets, you and me, baby, are all made of the same stuff. Well, we're all made of atoms, baby. We're all made of atoms. We're all made of atoms, you and I.
You know, since the show started, the light coming out of your television set has gone about 540 million kilometers. Now, if it happens to be headed in the direction of the nearest star, Alpha Centauri, it's got another 41 trillion kilometers to go. Now, that's a long trip at the speed of light. So don't go asking me, are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's going to be at least 4 years, okay? Well, if you'll excuse me, got some stellar coordinates to record. See you around the solar system.
Produced in association with the National Science Foundation.
May Among the Stars, written by Rhoda Ahmed, illustrations by Stasia Burrington. Little May was a dreamer. They say that daydreamers never succeed, but little May was different. One day, May was working on an assignment for school about what she wanted to be when she grew up. What will you tell them, May? I will tell them I want to see Earth. This is Earth, May, her mother said. The flowers, the grass, the forest, and the mountains. We live on Earth. I know, but I want to see Earth from out there. That's an amazing plan, little May. Then you have to become an astronaut. That way you can see Earth from space. Astronaut? Do you think I could do that? Of course you can. If you can dream it, if you believe it, and work hard for it, anything is possible. May asked her mom to take her to the library. She searched for books about space and astronauts. After dinner, May drew pictures of space, and she even made her own astronaut costume out of old orange curtains and cardboard boxes. Later, she asked her dad, "But how do I become an astronaut? It seems impossible." You will find your way, May, because if you dream it, believe in it, and work hard for it, anything is possible. But space is so far away. It's closer than you think, little May, and you may get there sooner than you think. That night, May had a happy dream. She was dancing in space, surrounded by billions of sparkling stars. Below her, she could see Earth floating and turning like a shining crystal ball. The next morning, May told her parents about her dream. She wanted to tell everyone, and every time she talked about it, her eyes would light up. In the classroom, Ms. Bell told everyone to stand in a line on the rug. Today, we are all going to share our dreams about the future. What do you want to be, and what do you want to do when you grow up? Who wants to go first? I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a teacher. Football player. I want to be a mom. I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut. All the kids started laughing. Ms. Bell asked, May, are you sure you don't want to be a nurse? Nursing would be a good profession for someone like you. I don't want to be a nurse. I want to be an astronaut. May felt very disappointed. On her way home from school, May was quiet. She looked out the car window. Her world turned blue and cold. Nothing was the way it used to be. At home, May started crying. Miss Bell said, I can't become an astronaut. What a silly thing to say, said her mother. She told me I should be a nurse instead, said May. Her mom wiped away her tears. My dear May, I hope you didn't believe her. Of course I believed her. She's my teacher. I'm sorry Miss Bell didn't encourage you, but she can't stop you. No one can stop you. Follow your dream, May, and go to space. Thank you, Mom. I promise when I get to space, I'll wave to you and Dad from the spaceship. Her mom took her hand and they started dancing. You must always repeat to yourself, if I can dream it, if I can believe in it, and if I work hard for it, anything is possible. May went on dreaming, believing, and working really hard. And guess what? She went to space and waved to her mom and dad on Earth.
Who doesn't love a little rain now and then? Rain showers make the world look fresh and clean. And they make puddles for us to jump in. Sometimes a rainy day can be extra special when we get to see a rainbow. But you don't need rain or even to be outside to see a rainbow. You can make your very own rainbow right in your house. All you need is a clear, plain glass, some water, a piece of white paper, and a sunny day. So, are you ready to make a rainbow? First, find a bright sunny spot in your house. The brighter, the better. So next to a window works best. Now, put the paper down flat in the sunlight. Then fill your glass with water until it's a little over half full. Next, carefully set the glass of water down on the paper. Do you see a rainbow? If you don't, gently pick up the glass and lift it straight up, away from the paper, until you see a rainbow appear on the piece of paper. If it doesn't work the first time, you might need to put the glass down slowly and try again. Or carefully tip the glass just a little in the beam of sunlight. Once you see a rainbow on the paper, look at it carefully. How many colors do you see? It might be hard to tell, but a rainbow is made of the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. So where did this rainbow come from? The fact is, all of these colors are always in sunlight. We just can't see them because they're all mixed together. But when sunlight moves from the air into the water in the glass, it bends in a special way. When it bends, the light separates into all of the colors of the rainbow. We call this bending refraction. We see rainbows outside whenever there's a lot of sunlight and a lot of water in the air, like during or right after a rainstorm, or in the mist at the bottom of a waterfall, or even around the spray from a sprinkler or a hose. The water in the air acts just like the water in your glass. The light refracts as it moves from the air into each tiny water droplet. So the big rainbow that you see outside comes from all of the light being refracted through lots and lots of separate drops of water all at once. Now that you know how to make your very own rainbow, do you want to do a little rainbow hunting the next time it rains? If you do, you'll just need to make sure of 3 things. First, it should be raining, or just finish raining, because you need for there to be lots of water in the air. So don't forget your boots and a raincoat. Second, the sun needs to be shining brightly. And third, you need to stand with the sun behind you in order to see the rainbow in front of you. And the later in the day it is, the higher in the sky the rainbow will be. So if it's in the afternoon or early evening, make sure to look up. Good luck with your rainbow hunting and rainbow making. And thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. Do you have a question about something you see in the world around you? Get help from a grown-up and let us know in the comments below, or send us an email at kids@thescishow.com. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Cowboys. Welcome to the ranch. I'm Carter.
I am Ainsley. Today is Tuesday. It is day 2 on the specialist schedule. Happy birthday to Jake Dunford.
We have 32 days left in the school year. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the Cowboys Vow.
I vow to be my best today in everything I do and say, by respecting myself and others too, being kind and responsible in all that I do.
Using self-control as the number one rule, I'll making choices for me and my school. These cowboy vows help me do what I can to achieve my goals and be all that I am. I know what I want for lunch today. Do you? Here's our choices. Cheeseburger, pizza crunchers, green beans, and fruit.
The quote of the day is, "Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly," by Robert F. Kennedy.
The weather today will be a high of 72. And for other school news, the talent show is in the process of being recorded.
We will let you know when you can find it on our YouTube page. The book fair is coming to Southwest next week, April 26th through 30th. Teachers, please don't forget to send your attendance in. The official Southwest time is 7:37.
Have an amazing day, Cowboys! Bye!